In our previous tutorial, we talked about how we can get a file, and also that's a file with a particular file extension, and how we can display the content of those files. And we saw how we displayed for .txt and also for .c. Actually, every code that was in .c was displayed. So that's any content that is best, it won't run the code as it is. It will just give you the code itself. So in this particular today's tutorial, we are going to be talking about how we are going to check whether a particular keyword is existing inside that C file. Let me just create a particular .txt file here. Let me name it example.txt, and inside of it I'm going to write some content. Let me say I love Netizen. Okay, let me just save this thing, and here I'm going to create a C file, and I'm going to name it get display check word.c. Okay, now let's just start our coding by including our libraries, and our first library is sdio, just like we have done before. And also we are going to include sdlib.h, and also we are going to include our string.h. Let's start by declaring our main function, which is int main, by declaring our file opening format. That's our file pointer. So under here I want us to declare our file name here, and I'm going to call in our file name which we have created already, which is example.txt. okay, and also the keyword we are going to search in this, let me just name it s word, or let me just say search word. For that particular word, we are going to search for the word. Actually, inside our example.txt file, we have I love Netizen. Let me just come here and type YouTube. That means we are going to search inside this example.txt. we're going to search YouTube inside it. That's the content of it. We are going to get it and search whether YouTube is inside that content. But actually what we have here is I love Netizen. Let's buffer our file. That's actually to make it, to store it temporarily on our system before we can put it before we can display it. And our buffer is going to have a particular file size of, normally let's just do 1024 as we normally do before. And let's declare our file and open our file which is fopen, and we are going to call our file name which we have declared already at the top, and we are going to use R format which is read. Let's check if file is opened. So if our file is null, we are going to display this error. Let's use our error and display this error opening file. Then our return is going to be 1. That was return true. Okay, let's just come down and do some iteration through our file, and we're going to use while loop to do all these things. Fgate buffer, and we are going to put in our size. In case you are using a file that contains a large content, I advise you change the buffer size here. You can change it to any size you want according to the size of your file. But if you look at our file just contains some content. It's not even up to 1000 contents. But if you are using up to, let me say, a file that contains 1 million contents, you change the buffer size so that the thing will fit in. If not, it will show you an error. And let's say not equal to null. And inside this while loop now, we have iterated through all the files here using this while loop. Inside this while loop, I'm going to, from here now, use str to check if that particular keyword really exists. str, and I'm going to say over my search word, and I'm going to also say if this thing is not equal to null. If it's not equal to null, I'm going to say print f the word, that's declaring our initial for calling on our variable. Let's just say the word not found, or the word was found, and let's call in the variable that bears our file name, which is file name, or rather let's just put this variable here. That means let's put the variable that bears the keyword we are searching for, so that the message will be clear to users. And down here we are going to come and close this file, and down also we are going to say return 0. Okay, and after all these things, after the while loop, that means after we have checked everything and this thing is not really true, we are going to come here and print word not found. We close the file still, just like we have closed in the while loop, and also we return 0. Okay, actually when we run this thing, we're going to get word not found, because inside this particular example.txt here, there is no word like example there. Let's just run it to confirm. Okay, I think I'm getting an error here. Okay, let's just use double quotation for this R. Let's know if that's the case. Okay, let's run it. Correct, word not found. So the cause is because of this. I use single quotation to display this file pointer, file reader, instead of double quotation. So that's the cause of all these things. And here I'm going to actually put the word that is found. Let's put the word love here, which is contained in this file I love netizen, and let's run this particular thing. Okay, and it's telling us the word love was found. So that's how it is. So in our next tutorial, which is going to be our 23rd tutorial, we are actually going to get files from this particular particular directory, and we're going to check for the contents of all those files and get to know whether a particular word exists in any of the files, display the files with the contents. Then if possible, in the tutorials to come, we are going to also perform some operations on those files when the particular keyword is detected on the file, either to delete or to copy, all those things. I think we have done some operations in our previous tutorial. So as we move on, we are going to see all those things in action.